make sure we're nice and punctual. Hope all is well. It's Greg Ritchie once again, Facilities Financial. Want to give you the opportunity to take a few minutes of your day. Thank you for giving us some time. We'll be done by 12:15. It's an amazing program we have here. We call it the Badge Broker Down Payment Assistance Program. First, little caveat, where we are in the industry, rates are higher. Certain things have slowed down. Certain areas of California values have gone down. Others are kind of strong and kind of complacent. More options are coming into the marketplace in regards to down payment assistance, first-time home buyer programs. This is a great one we have here. You'll all be aware of the CalHAPA Dream for All program is back essentially, but they won't release it probably till Q1 2024. So therefore, that's something that people look forward to. This is very different from that. This is not a shared equity program. This is actually something to where you get down payment assistance and you actually earn equity from the day you buy. You're entitled to equity. You're not paying the government back. Big difference. Talk about it a little later. But let's hop on in and get the party started. Okay, program summary. Our down payment assistance program is eligible for residents throughout California. It's not tied to census tracts, even though that is one of the guidelines you can use for qualifications. It is not a city or a county-based program. It's all of California. This program could enable you to purchase a home valued up to $1 million with a fully forgivable second. Now, I am not asking or motivating people to get qualified for the most that they can physically get. I think it's kind of dangerous. You need to make sure that it's a payment that you can afford. First, you should get qualified on what do you want to pay, then get pre-approved for the product that matches that. Getting pre-approved for the maximum you can get approved for, and then finding out that, wow, they base it off your gross income, not your net, and your dog food, people's food, gas, utilities, all those other things were not associated with your cost of living. As far as the bank sees, you're not going to enjoy your lifestyle. We live off of the net, not the gross. Banks use the gross, not the net. So that's a very, very important thing to take into consideration. Make sure you're comfortable with the payment, then find the house that matches that payment. Okay. Back to this. Second mortgage will be given fully forgivable after the sixth payment has been made. The DPA program allows for 100% of the closing costs to be covered by the seller or the home buyer, home builder. Very important where we have home builder confidence. Home builders out there have been getting massive incentives as far as to lure people to buy the homes. Yes, rates are higher, so they're paying for certain fees. They're paying for certain improvements to really kind of sweeten the opportunities. It's a great opportunity to use this where, let's say your closing costs are $21,000. They cover 100% of that. We cover the down payment. Voila. You get a brand new home with essentially no money out of your pocket. It's a win-win. Eligibility. This is kind of where I fall into the fun categories. To be eligible for the program, the borrower must meet only one of the following four categories. There's 4 bullet points. Really want to focus on the top 2. The bottom 2 are your default templated DPA programs. Income limits, 140% of the county's area median index, and then underserved census tracts. The reason why I'm not focusing on those right now, essentially 95% of the people in California meet the top 2 bullet points by themselves, and you only need to meet one of them. First-time home buyer, that's it. If you have never bought a home, or if you've not owned a home in the last 3 years, you are qualified as a first-time home buyer or a first-time home buyer again. Current retired employment or voluntary non-paid member of certain job types automatically has you qualify for our program. That's what we call the badge program. You'll see next. Okay, here you go. Any borrower on the loan applicant that is currently retired, voluntary or non-paid employee will qualify. Please see the list of profiles below. So, for military personnel, why is that bullet point number 1 for us? You're probably going, well, they have their own loan. They have VA. VA is the best loan out there, 100% financing, no mortgage insurance. You are correct. But if you're doing this as long as I have and working with as many personnel and badges and Air Force, we're next to Travis Air Force Base. really have a lot of Air Force personnel they work with, you'll realize that some of them have had a little issues where maybe they had a house that was foreclosed on, short sale, sometimes divorces, changes their entitlement. If they took a loss against their VA eligibility, they have to pay that back. So let's say they owned a home, all of a sudden 9 years ago they had a short sale and they owe for their VA entitlement $80,000 to gain it back. The next time they want to use it, they have two choices: pay back $80,000 to the VA to get their entitlement back, or find a different product. A lot of times it makes it more affordable sense to go find another product. We can give military personnel with a blemish on their entitlement a 100% financing option with our program, because 100% of the down payment is a gift as far as the funds are forgiven after the sixth payment. First responder, police officer, firefighter, public safety officer of any type, paramedic, EMT, medical technician, or similar, you qualify. Education, it used to be the teacher's loan. Now it's the teacher, the doctor, the healthcare professional. If you work at an education complex, you can be the principal, teacher, janitor, you qualify. At a hospital, we have the infamous doctor's loan. Now, under this product, you can be a doctor or you can be a janitor. You qualify. You can have your own private practice, daycare, and you qualify. Civil servant with federal, state, or local municipality. So that's pretty cool. We're located here in Backwood, California, and Northern California. We live next to the amazing Travis Air Force Base. There's thousands of civilian personnel that go through that gate every year to serve our nation through that base. They are not enlisted, but they serve as a civil servant. They don't have VA benefits for the homeownership, but they're a program due to their job title. This program works for them. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, here's an example. Tried to kind of skim over it. Hypothetical house, $600,000, traditional FHA, without DPA and closing cost credits. Let's say you walk in there and you're like, hey, I'm going to buy this house 3.5% down myself. Hey, I want the lowest rate possible. You know what? I'll pay closing costs. I'm going to buy that rate down $25,000, 106 and change, which you expect for your closing costs, plus 3.5% of 600,000. Simple math. Added together, $46,000 out of the pocket. Well, that's worst case scenario. Our scenario, let's say it's same house, 600,000, down payment 21,000. 100% of that down payment is covered by our program. First win. Closing costs, those won't change. Title, escrow, all those other fees, third-party, recurring, non-recurring closing costs will apply. This is where it gets really cool. You want to have an amazing realtor as a part of the transaction that could educate and empower the transaction to where they talk to the listing side. They find a win-win. What does that cost in the net sheet that the seller wants to achieve? Therefore, allowing them to do an addendum to increase the purchase price, give you a seller paid closing cost credit that would cover 100% of the closing costs, which is allowed. So therefore, you will have an amazing program, 100% of the down payment is covered, 100% of the closing costs covered by the seller. They win, they get their number they want on the net sheet, you get your closing costs. You also get the house delivered to you with zero required at closing. Now, that does not include two things. The appraisal, you got to pay for the appraisal, about $750, give or take, where we are in California. And I recommend a property inspection. It's not required, but I really recommend getting a property inspection. Average inspection costs can vary. So let's say you might be able to buy this house at $600,000 with maybe $1,500 out of pocket. Could be an awesome opportunity. Okay, eligible programs. Essentially, it's FHA, only FHA. When I say only, there's a traditional FHA and there's a FHA 203K. It's amazing. You can buy his house, the DPA, 100% financing, 100% of the down payments forgiven after the sixth payment, with the FHA 203K product, to where you submit your purchase contract with your write-up invoice of the cost of repair, add together, submit it submit it, and you can get 50, 60,000, whatever it takes to get the house to where you want it to be, included in the financing. So therefore, you can buy your house 100% financing and have all those repairs done on your behalf without coming out of your pocket. It's absolutely amazing. Sorry for the water. It's my third presentation today. Parameters, pretty simple, 620, 30-year fixed, purchase only. Back-end ratio of 48.99. That's pretty good, right? Some go to 50. I think that difference isn't really a big deal. Property types: 1 to 2 unit primary residence only, manufactured housing. Okay, this is a intent to occupy residential first-time home buyer product. The caveat is, my gosh, you can find a property that's a 2 unit, occupy 1 unit, rent the other, and from the first moment of home ownership, you're a first-time home buyer creating cash flow that's reducing your cost of living. What an awesome way to start your real estate earning journey. And that is it. 1 minute early. Hopefully this was not too fast. If it was, I apologize. Please contact anyone at our company. Go to citizensfinancial.co online. The CO is not .com, it's .co. Anyone on the company, we're eager to help you and to serve you. We are throughout California, and it's an opportunity to connect with us. We have amazing products. We have some pretty cool stuff we need to talk about in this. We are one of 8 lenders in all of California to have access to a certain bank's portfolio. Gives us an amazing opportunity during these high rate times to have low rates. So please get a hold of us. If it's something you need to see here, we have some amazing options that might blow your mind. Hope all is well. Have a wonderful day.